It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. NATO member wants devastating retaliation against Russia. Now, for those who are in the know, as you may know, there's been a lot of tension, a lot of increased heightened tensions that has been going on between Russia and the United States of America. Okay, and the latest news now is NATO wants devastating retaliation against Russia. Now, when they say devastating retaliation, we're talking about atomic warfare, nuclear warfare. But as you may know, this all has ties to biblical prophecy. So it says the bloc's response to any use, just real quick, I want to do this. Okay. It says the bloc's response to any use of WMDs, which is, that's how they say nuclear weapons, okay, by Moscow in Ukraine must not be nuclear. Okay, so I'm guessing weapons of mass destruction would be, so WMD must be an acronym for weapons of mass destruction. So any use of weapons of mass destruction by Moscow in Ukraine must not be nuclear. Like, who does the United States and NATO think they are? You see, and this is why no country on the planet respects the United States of America or NATO, because they think that they could just tell these countries what they can and what they cannot use. But you see, one day, like it tells you, I'm going to just get it. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel real quick. Chapter 38, and I'll just get straight to the point. I don't know if, excuse me, I did not mean to type that in. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse, I don't think it's 7, but let me see. Okay, here it is. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 10. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai power. It shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." So you know what that evil thought is going to be? Putin is going to say, you know what? Fuck it. We're sick and tired of the United States shit. Something has to be done about these guys. And you know what's going to happen? Putin is going to give the okay to press that big red button. And guess what? Those intercontinental ballistic missiles carrying hundreds of nuclear warheads is going to be launched off into the sky, up into above the atmosphere of the Earth. And they're going to travel right around the globe to where the United States of America is. And those intercontinental ballistic missiles are going to fall right down towards the country, releasing hundreds of nuclear warheads, which is going to lead to America's destruction. And Russia is not the only country that's going to shoot intercontinental ballistic missiles on the United States of America, which is known as Babylon the Great in the Holy Scriptures. China, North Korea, Iran, India, South Korea, and even NATO, because it's prophecy for NATO to turn on the United States of America, and even NATO is going to shoot their nuclear warheads on the United States of America. And the United States of America is not the only country that's going to be destroyed. Okay, the land of Israel is also going to be hit. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 18. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, Babylon is the United States of America. The glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And how was ancient Sodom and Gomorrah overthrown? By fire and brimstone. Okay, America is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. America is known as several other kingdoms in the Holy Scriptures. Okay, in Revelation 11 verse 6, I believe it's Revelation 11 and 6, America is known as Sodom and Egypt. Okay, Egypt, back in the ancient world, Egypt was known for what? It was known for profiting off of the backs of slaves. What slaves? The slaves of Israelites. Okay, how is America profiting today? Off of the slaves who was thrown into slavery in the starting in the 15th century. Okay, which started with the so-called native Indians of this land, starting with the Seminole Indians, the Taino Indians, which are the Puerto Ricans, the Aztec Indians, which are the Guatemalans, the Mexicans. Okay, and then you got the so-called North American Indians, which branched off into, smaller tribal clans, such as the Cherokees, the Choctaws, the Chickasaws. Okay, the Wetfoots, the Wetfoots, and there's a lot more others, but I don't need to list them all. But you pretty much get the point. After they were massacred or genocide by the Edomites, who called themselves conquistadors, Spaniards, and English Dutch mercenaries, these same Edomites enslaved the so-called natives of this land. So this country is also known as Egypt. It says, but still massive. Okay, but the point is that ancient the point is that modern day Babylon today is the United States of America, which is also known as Egypt, as well as Sodom and Gomorrah, because the same practices, the same customs that Sodom and Gomorrah was doing is being carried out by the United States of America. And a matter of fact, when Obama came into office, didn't he not pass a bill that allowed all 50 states here in the United States of America to allow same-sex marriages? So the point has been made. Okay, America is also modern day Pompeii. Okay, watch the movie on Pompeii, the documentary on Pompeii. What was going on in Pompeii? The same things that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, down there in Pompeii, there was men was having sex with animals. Okay, men was having sex with animals. With same thing. When women was doing it too. Okay, the women were not. Okay, when women weren't innocent, women was doing it too. Okay, down there in Pompeii, it was men and women, both having sex with animals, with little children. Okay, with their own siblings, their relatives, like their mothers, their fathers, their uncles, their nephews. They was having orgies, and you know what happened? The Lord sent an angel to erupt a volcano, which ended up burning all those people. And a lot of those people did not escape. The vast majority of them were put to death, man. because they were committing abominable acts. So it says Poland's foreign ministry says concerning WMDs, which is weapons of mass destruction. It says NATO's response to any use of tactical nuclear weapons by Russia and Ukraine must be devastating, but only employ conventional firearms as Moscow's threat is not directed at the bloc. Polish Foreign Minister Zbigniew Rau has said. I don't like saying those Amalek names. It says to the best of our knowledge, Putin is threatening the use of tactical nuclear weapons on Ukrainian soil, even though Putin came out and said that those nuclear weapons are not meant for Ukraine, they're meant for the United States of America. It says not to attack NATO, which means that NATO should respond in a conventional way, Rao claimed during his Wednesday's appearance on NBC's news program, Meet the Press. But the response should be devastating, and I suppose this is the clear message that NATO alliance is sending to Russia right now, the minister pointed out. It says U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said on Sunday that the consequences will be horrific for Russian if it uses nuclear weapons in Ukraine, adding that this message has already been communicated to the Russian leadership publicly and privately. So I've pretty much read what I needed to read there. Like I've said months ago, nuclear talks is becoming the new norm in the news now. Matthew chapter 24 verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Now this is a prophecy that who the world calls Jesus prophesied of 2,000 plus years ago. Okay, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, 2,000 plus years ago, he said that we were going to hear of wars and rumors of wars, and that's exactly what we're hearing here. Okay, we're hearing of wars and rumors of wars. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. Is on to the next one.